Welcome everybody. Tonight's bedtime lesson is about snow. Snow is one of the UK's most striking and beautiful weather phenomena, causing a transformation of the world around us. There will be 3 parts to this lesson. The first part is about a question called how does snow form? Now, snow forms when temperatures are low and there is moisture in the atmosphere in the form of tiny ice crystals. Now you might be thinking, what is snow? Well, snow is defined as solid precipitation, which occurs in a variety of minute ice crystals at temperatures well below 0 degrees Celsius, but as large as snowflakes at temperatures near 0 degrees Celsius. It is one of the UK's most striking weather phenomena, causing a transformation of the world around us. But it can also lead to the potential for disruption. Now, how does it form, you might be asking? Well, snow forms when tiny ice crystals and clouds stick together to become snowflakes. If enough crystals stick together, they'll become heavy enough to fall to the ground. Snowflakes that descend through the moist air that is slightly warmer than 0 degrees will melt around the edges and stick together to produce big flakes. Snowflakes that fall through cold, dry air produce powdery snow that does not stick together. Snow is formed when temperatures are low and there is moisture in the atmosphere in the form of tiny ice crystals. Now you might be thinking, how cold does it have to be to snow? Now precipitation falls as snow where the air temperature is below 2 degrees Celsius. It is a myth that it needs to be below 0 to snow. In fact, in this country, the heaviest snowfalls tend to occur when the air temperature is below 0 and 2 degrees Celsius. The falling snow does begin to melt as soon as the temperature rises above freezing, but as the melting process begins, the air around the snowflakes is cooled. Snowfall can be defined as slight, moderate, or heavy. When combined with strong winds, a snowfall can create blizzards and drifts. If the temperature is warmer than 2 degrees, then the snowflake will melt and fall as sleet rather than snow, and if it's warmer still, it will be rain. Now, wet snow versus dry snow. The size of the composition of a snowflake depends on how many ice crystals group together, and this will be determined by air temperatures. Snowflakes that fall through dry, cool air will be small, powdery snowflakes that don't stick together. This dry snow is ideal for snow sports, but is more likely to drift in windy weather. When the temperature is slightly warmer than 0 degrees, the snowflakes will melt around the edges and stick together to become big, heavy flakes. This creates wet snow, which sticks together easily and is good for making snowmen. The next part is a question called, what is a snowflake? Now, a snowflake begins its life cycle as a tiny droplet of supercooled water which freezes in the sky to create an ice crystal. The droplet becomes frozen either because temperatures are sufficiently cold, it will have to be negative 35 degrees Celsius or lower to freeze to other droplets, or in clouds above negative 35 degrees Celsius. They can form around a nucleus such as a dust or pollen particle. Once the ice crystal has formed, if the conditions are right, it will begin to grow, as water molecules in the air are deposited onto the ice crystal as it falls through the air and clump together to form a snowflake. Now you're probably wondering, why are they hexagonal? Well, all snowflakes contain 6 sides or points owing to the way in which they form. The molecules in ice crystals join to one another in an hexagonal structure, an arrangement which allows water molecules, each with 1 oxygen and 2 hydrogen atoms, to form together in the most efficient way. Now, snowflakes are unique. Now, part of the enduring appeal of snowflakes is their intricate appearance and near infinite variation, often leading to the assertion that all snowflakes are unique. While this in some sense possible to test, as a general rule, it is entirely true. The number of possibilities of changes in temperature and humidity as the snowflake falls to the ground is limitless. If you look closely at a snowflake, you will see countless individual features, all of which could have formed ever so slightly differently in direction or shape owing to the slightest change in the environment in which it formed. Now, what makes snowflakes white? While snowflakes appear white as they fall through the sky or as they accumulate on the ground as snowfall, they are in fact totally clear. The ice is not transparent like a sheet of glass, but is rather translucent, meaning light passes through but not directly. The many sides of ice crystals cause diffuse reflection of the whole light spectrum, which results in snowflakes appear to be white in color. Now, there are 3 types of snowflake. Whilst the variation of snowflake shapes is infinite, they can be broadly categorized into groups, which give an indication as to what conditions the snowflakes formed in. 3 of the broad types are, I will show you the pictures each time I will tell you one. The first one is called a dendrite snowflake. Now, perhaps the most eye-catching type of snowflake, the name means tree-like, recognizing their branching structures. They form in very low temperatures of -20 to -25 degrees Celsius, where the atmosphere contains abundant moisture to allow the snowflake to form intricate patterns. Here's a picture of it coming up in 3, 2, 1. Here's a picture of what it looks like. The next one is called a thin plate. Plates are essentially part-formed dendrites. They begin to form their intricate patterns but cannot obtain sufficient moisture to form the branches, so form a less intricate flat plate. These tend to form at warmer temperatures where there is less moisture in the air. Here's a picture of it in 3, 2, 1. Here's a picture of it. Oopsies, there we are. Our final one is called a sector plate. Similar to a thin plate, a sector plate snowflake again lacks moisture but forms a hexagonal structure, often with a star-like shape in the center, and the more visible attempts to branch. Here's a picture of it in 3, 2, 1. Here it is. The 10 facts about snow. In this article, we count you through the 10 facts you might not know about the white stuff, from the speed of snow to the chance of getting a white Christmas. Number 1. The deepest snow in UK. The deepest snow ever recorded in an inhabited area of the UK was near Ruthin in North Wales during the severe weather of 1946 to 47. A series of cold spells brought oopsie daisy, sorry about that tone, of cold spells brought large drifts of snow across the UK, causing transport problems and fuel shortages. During March of 1947, a snow depth of 1.65 metres was recorded. Number 2. It doesn't have to be freezing to snow. Generally, the air temperature does not need to be at or below freezing for snow to fall. However, if rain continuously through air with a temperature as high as 6 degrees, it may cause the air temperature to fall low enough for the rain to turn to snow. This is because rain that persists for some time will gradually cool the air that surrounds it. 3. The snowiest place in UK. Scotland sees the most snow in the UK, with snow or sleet falling on 38.1 days of average. The weather station which recorded the most snowfall in the UK was the Cairngorm Chairlift, with snow falling on 76.2 days throughout the year, based on 1981 to 2010 averages. 4. Every snowflake is unique. Part of the enduring appeal of snowflakes is their intricate appearance and near infinite variation, meaning that all snowflakes are unique. The number of possibilities of nuances in temperature and humidity as the snowflake falls to the ground is limitless. If you look closely at a snowflake, you will see countless individual features, all having formed ever so slightly different in direction or shape, owing to the slightest change in the environment in which it formed. 5. Snow isn't white. While snowflakes appear white as if they fall through the sky or as they accumulate on the ground as snowfall, they are actually totally clear. The ice through is not transparent like a sheet of glass, but rather is translucent, meaning light only passes through directly. The many sides of ice crystals cause diffuse reflection on the whole light spectrum, which results in snowflakes appearing to be white in colour. 6. The speed of snow. Most snow fall at speeds of 1 to 4 miles per hour, dependent upon the individual snowflake's mass and surface area, as well as the environmental conditions surrounding its descent. Snowflakes, which collect supercooled water as they fall, can fall up to 9 miles per hour. But snowflakes, as people most recognize them, will tend to float down at around 1.5 miles per hour, taking about an hour to reach the ground. 7. Photographing snowflakes. The first person to capture a photograph of a snowflake was a farmer from the small town of Jericho in Vermont, US. After years of experimenting with connecting microscopes to a bellows camera, in 1885, Wilson Bentley succeeded in capturing the first ever snowflake photograph. During his lifetime, he photographed more than 5,000 snowflakes and even released a book packed with 2,400 images. 8. Inuit words for snow. Recent studies suggest that the Inuit do have many more words for snow than in English. The dialect spoken in Nunavik, Canada, for example, has at least 53 separate words, including pokak, to refer to crystal-like snow that looks like salt, matsaruti, meaning wet snow to ice a sleigh's runners, and kanik, to refer to falling snow. 9. The fear of snow. Originating from the Greek chion, meaning snow, and phobos for fear, the word chinophobia is used to describe the condition of being afraid of snow. It is often thought that the fear stems from childhood events, such as a sledging accident or being hit by a snowball, and symptoms include cold sweats and panic attacks. And finally, 10. Chances of a white Christmas. Whilst the vision of Christmas Day surrounded by snow fills Christmas cards, movies and songs, snow is actually much more likely in January and February than in December. In the UK, snow or sleet falls on an average of 3.9 days in December, compared to 5.3 days in January, 5.6 in February, and 4.2 days in March. There has been widespread covering of snow. Over 40% of weather stations reporting snow, only 4 times in the last 51 years. Those hoping for a white Christmas should be heartened to hear that snow has at least fallen on Christmas Day, somewhere in the UK, for all but 11 of the last 60 years. However, often of these occurrences have often been confined to upland areas of northern England and Scotland, and this includes sleet as well as snow. That's all for tonight's lesson. See you soon for another one. Bye!